I'm Scott Zimmerman, former world champ here to help you out with putting. Putting is the most important part of disc golf because when we miss a short putt, that pickup putt that we have to make costs us a full stroke just like a long drive does. I've searched the internet and watched dozens of putting videos by the top pros. They give us many good techniques, but they still leave a lot of important questions unanswered. In this putting video series, I'm going to answer those questions. For example, should you go through your whole routine each time before you putt, or should you putt a whole stack of discs? And when should you practice straddle putts and high putts and long putts? What's a high putt? And should you video yourself while you're putting? And should you play putting games? What's the most important aspect of putting practice? And how can you really improve your putting? Before I get to all those questions, I need to pause right here so you have time to click the subscribe button in YouTube. Now, come on, man, it's really going to help me out, and it's free for you. This series isn't about teaching you my putting style, because everyone has a different style anyway, and they all can work. Rather, this series is focused on the putting process and how to practice smart. I've studied how our skills evolve over the years and even decades, and how we go through phases, and we need to adjust our goals when we're in those different phases. So I researched and designed this 3-stage evolution that guides our training regimen, and it really works. Now today, in part 1 of this 4-part video series, I'm going to explain the 3 stages and why we need them. Then in part 2, I'll dive into the stage 1 practice process and how to graduate from stage 1. Then in the 3rd video, I'll cover the stage 2 process of the evolutionary flow. And in the part 4 video, I'll cover the final stage of becoming a putting ninja warrior. These stages have nothing to do with your PDGA rating. If you're a beginning or amateur player, you're probably in stage 1. But even if you're an experienced player who is rusty, you'll be in stage 1. Have you ever experienced the yips when you get in a tournament where it seems like you just can't buy a putt? Well, then stage 1 is for you, and I'm going to help you get out of there. Now, I call the stages stage 1, stage 2, and maintenance mode. I'll go through the details of each stage in the next videos, but to summarize here, stage 1 is about experimentation and developing your stance and your style and a comfortable arm swing, and also, most importantly, about building confidence. Then stage 2 is to further improve your skills, diversify your skills, and prepare for competition. Maintenance mode, it's kind of self-explanatory, and we'll get to that later. Now, in order to get to maintenance mode, you're going to have to practice a lot, and in order to do that, there's one key thing you've got to do. That is, you have to love putting. You have to love every practice putt you make and every putt in competition or when you're playing around. View each putt as a learning opportunity and an interesting experience. Now, before we get started, I need you to click subscribe in YouTube so they can tell you when the next video is ready. And feel free to share the link on your social media. Thanks a lot. Let's go.